And conspiracy theorist Loomer is thanking President Trump for being receptive to her report of disloyal people in the National Security Agency. In a lengthy post, Loomer writes, quote, NSA Director Tim Hogg and his deputy Wendy Noble have been disloyal to President Trump. That's why they have been fired. Trump's claiming Loomer had nothing to do with his decision, but questions are being raised about the agency's ability to keep the U.S. safe without its top leaders. ABC News senior Pentagon reporter Martinez and senior reporter Katherine Faulders have the latest on all that. Katherine, Loomer also posted on X this morning that she'll be releasing more names of individuals who should not be in the Trump administration. She says they have questionable loyalty and have attacked President Trump in the past. What do you make of that?
Well, Loomer is prolific on social media and on X with her posts about who she believes should and shouldn't be in the Trump administration. We know from our reporting and according to sources that when she was meeting with President Trump in the Oval Office on Wednesday, that she did have a list of names of people who she believed were disloyal, who she wanted to be fired from the administration. Now, the next day we saw firings occur right after Loomer's meeting. So it remains an open question whether she will release names, but it's worth pointing out that this, at least Loomer's recommendations to Trump, go across the government, expand across various different government agencies, including the State Department and intelligence agencies.
Louis, is our security compromised with the heads of the NSA and the U.S. Cyber Command removed? And what happens if more people are dismissed?
Well, Dan, right now we have acting officials who have assumed those jobs as being the heads of the NSA and its Cyber Command. And so there is continuity of action. And so they will be continuing to doing their jobs. The organizations will continue to do their jobs. There's just been a change at the top, which has obviously caught many officials off guard. And also creates, I believe, some kind of a chilling effect among senior military officials who may be wondering if their jobs may be at risk if another advisor approaches the president with concerns about their loyalty, let's say, as Katherine was talking about. So for now, yes, the roles continue, the jobs continue with new leadership at the top, and I think remains to be seen what kind of an impact this is going to have among senior military officials.
Katherine, who else outside Loomer is in President Trump's ear when it comes to these dismissals?
Well, look, I think, as you know, it hasn't really changed much since the first administration of who Donald Trump picks up the phone and calls. There are multiple people in his ear every single day inside the White House, outside of the White House. He is known to pick everybody's brain on various different staffing decisions, policy decisions, et cetera. So there are many people, obviously, as head of White House personnel inside the White House, his chief of staff, all sorts of senior officials, and there's all sorts of conflicting views, as is so often the case in Trump world. So we'll just have to see who is recommending what.
And Louis, what's the latest on the investigation to the use of Signal messaging app by Pete Hegseth and others?
That's right, Diane. Yesterday, the Pentagon's independent watchdog, the Inspector General, announcing that they're launching a probe into Pete Hegseth and his use of the Signal app, which, of course, he strenuously says that he did not disclose any war plans for an upcoming attack against the Houthis in Yemen. The Inspector General saying in a memorandum to the Secretary and to the Deputy Defense Secretary that they will be looking at whether classification, which means classified information, was impacted by the use of that app.
Louis Martinez, Katherine Faulders, thank you.